Okay, today we're going to talk about solving systems of equations by using the substitution method. Here we have two linear equations. If we were to graph them, they would be lines on a graph. At some point, in most cases, at some point they will cross. What we're trying to figure out is at what coordinate do these two linear equations intersect or touch. Our first step is going to be to choose one of these equations to solve. We can solve for either x or either y. I'm going to choose the first equation to solve. So I'm going to take 8x plus 10y equals 80. And I'm going to choose to solve for y. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides of the equation. So I end up 8x minus 8x is 0. So I end up with 10y on the left side. And I have negative 8x plus 80 on the right. After that, my next step is to divide everything in the equation by 10, which gives me y equals negative 8/10 x plus 8. Very quickly, I want to simplify my fraction to make it easier if I can. I can divide 8 and 10 by 2, so I will get a negative 4/5 x. At this point, I have a solution for y. So y equals negative 4/5 x plus 8. So I can take this solution and place it where y goes in the other equation, which will give me 9x plus 5 times y. And remember, y equals negative 4/5 x plus 8. So I'm placing negative 4/5 x plus 8 where y went on the equation. I'm substituting that for y. And it equals 65. At this point, I'm going to clean up this mess of an equation right here. I will have 9x. And then I need to multiply 5 times both of those items, the distributive property. 5 times negative 4/5 will get me negative 4. So that's going to be 9x minus 4x. Then I have 5 times 8, which is 40. I'm going to combine my like terms. 9x minus 4x would be 5x. If I subtract 40 from both sides of the equation, I end up with 5x equals 25. I then divide both sides by 5 and end up with x equals 5. I now have part of my solution. If x is 5, I now need to find what the y coordinate is. And I do this by taking the solution of x and then substituting the x where x goes. Now I can use either equation, the top or the bottom equation, doesn't matter which one. I can put x in here. I'll go ahead and use the top one because that's where I put the arrow for. So I will have 8 times x, and remember, x equals 5. 8 times x equals 5, so that's 8 times 5 plus 10y equals 80. And I clean this up. I'll have 40 plus 10y equals 80. If I subtract 40 from both sides, I have 10y equals 40. If I divide by 10, y will equal 4. So I have x equals 5, y equals 4. I put that in a coordinate form. So the place on the graph where these two linear equations cross are the coordinate 5, 4. And that's how we do substitution method with systems of equations.